Hey everybody, it's Chef Holly and welcome to my new series, Feed Your Family of 4 to 5 for under 25. You're probably asking, Chef, what are you doing with this great big old pot? I got two great big old pots. So one of my favorite things to cook is fried rice. But I hate having to cook it for like 100, 200 people. Because it's a lot and it's heavy and you have to cook the rice a day ahead of time. So I'm going to show you guys how I make a simple fried rice, probably chicken fried rice, in two of these big old pots on the back there on my commercial stove in my catering kitchen. So first and foremost, one of the things that you gotta learn once you get out into the real world, it's all good, all that fancy stuff that you learn in culinary school. And then you got some chefs out here, you know, who's still young or still want to be, yeah, they're going to want to cut everything up by hand. Okay, let me explain something. The rest of us who want to get to the money, we gonna get us one of these, okay? And it's wonderful. I did skills in culinary school and I got all my, you know, accolades, I guess, for that or whatever. But I'm always like, the big thing they were always saying is, how do you make money, make yourself valuable to your boss and blah, 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 and all that shit. This right here. Okay? Boom, boom, bang. So we're gonna get into this fried rice. Got an onion here. And I like diced onion in my fried rice. So we're gonna go ahead and cut that down. I can hear my culinary instructors right now. You're bastardizing something. I work for myself. They work for somebody else. Oh, there we go. Put that in now. You can buy this on Amazon. I think it was about $20. Onion cut. Boom. Bam. I got enough onion in this one for my first pan of rice. All right. I'm gonna add some red onion to it. As well. But look, don't make cooking complicated, okay? Especially when you have a family to cook. I have 3 kids, okay? 2 are grown. But, you know, there was a time where, you know, I had to figure things out. Shoot, all of us still have to figure things out. I don't care how rich or how poor or how wealthy you are. Sometimes you got to figure out how to make things work. Let me tell you guys something. If you buy rice at like a wholesale club and you buy it by like the 25-pound, box, it's going to run you anywhere from $14 to... Some places have it for like $25, but you know, you can get it a lot less expensive other places. You should be able to get it for about $14 at Costco. If you shop at Sam's, you should be able to get it for about $16. I think is what it was last time I checked. So the point that I'm trying to make is that you can feed your family different rice dishes, days on end, with rice. And as long as you don't have any kind of, you know, health concern that would keep you from eating rice like that. And it's a great dish that you can flavor in so many ways. Rice can be flavored in so many different ways to just feed your family and your family enjoy a great meal. Okay? All right, so I've got 1 white onion here and 1 red onion in here. All right, let's put that to the side for right now. We're also going to use some frozen peas and carrots. Very cheap, a couple dollars. Might be less depending on where you're shopping. rice. Let me show y'all this. So this is a whole pan of rice. All right. This one box, 25-pound box of rice will make about 4 of these of white rice. All I did was just use 3 32-ounce containers of rice, and then I added the water to it, which they say 2 to 1, but Chef Holly doesn't really do 2 to 1. I do a little bit less. But, you know, for home cooks, go ahead and do, 2 to 1. Cover it with foil paper, throw it in the oven on about 350 to 400. Let it go for 45 minutes to 50 minutes. It's going to cook your rice, and your rice is going to be completely cooked. Now, this rice is it feels a little like stodgy or whatever, or hard, just because it's cold, okay? It's day-old rice. We cooked this yesterday, okay? But it's fully cooked rice, and you can check it when you take it out your oven, and just make sure that it's fully cooked. Now, if you're cooking this much rice, you're gonna need to go ahead and just kind of break it up, because that rice kind of sticks together. I think it's the starches and everything. So you're gonna go ahead and just kind of break it up, so it makes it easier to cook it. Now, if you have a family, okay, this much rice, 4 to 5 people, y'all can eat like 4 to 5 days on this. And I'm gonna show you how I do it by cooking things separately. So basically, I'm not gonna throw the chicken in here right now, okay? I'm gonna cook the chicken separately, because today we'll have chicken fried rice. Tomorrow I'll cook the shrimp separately, heat the rice back up, and cook some shrimp in a saute pan, and now I have shrimp fried rice tomorrow. So you got over some leftover steak, or maybe a tough cut. You can cut it really, really thin, and then the next day you got beef fried rice. It'll be just different things that you can do with this rice. So we're just gonna make it plain vegetable. We're gonna use some beaten egg that I have right here, and that beaten egg I'm actually going to cook separate inside, because I don't like my egg to get like funny colored once you add the soy sauce. This one, really weird, we're not going to be using my seasoning in this one, which is something that we normally do, but we're not going to use my seasoning in this one. In this one, because this rice has absolutely no flavor, I didn't put any seasoning in it at all when I cooked it, we're going to use a little bit of Goya adobo, okay? And then I have a little bit of soy sauce, and we have the onion. If you want to add garlic, you can add garlic. If you want to add bell peppers, broccoli is good in it. Even though I'm not a big fan of broccoli, I do like a little bit. I'm getting a little older, so I'm a little more mature, so I can more accept and love other things in my food. So I'm starting to get tolerant to broccoli. And then you're going to need a little bit of oil. You don't need a ton of oil, just need a little bit of oil. I know it's fried rice, but it ain't deep fried rice, so you ain't got to do all that. And then you're going to use a little ginger powder for seasoning. So that's it. Soy sauce, ginger, adobo, and that's it. 3 ingredients. So this one isn't even hard. These to me should be staples in everybody's house. If it's not, my bad. I'm sorry. I didn't mean to be disrespectful, but staples in everybody's house. Okay. So I'm still busting up this rice a little bit. And you can also cook this in batches. You can cook half this rice and make it one thing, and then maybe the next day take the rice out again and cook it, depending on the size of your family. And then if you don't want to make egg rolls or something, you don't have to have it with egg rolls. But if you can buy some store-bought egg rolls, and for your regular Kroger or whatever kind of grocery store you have, and just cook that alongside it, your kids are gonna love it. Pre-package this out, in little like little black containers you get in the Costco or different grocery stores and stuff like that. And then your kids can come home from school if you don't get home till 8, 9 o'clock at night from work, and your kids can just put it in the microwave, bam, they've got dinner. They don't have to use a deep fryer, but at least they have a quick, easy meal. And then you can prepackage them a salad to go with it, and maybe do like a nice Asian ginger, type salad dressing, or just buy one. And now they have dinner, and you don't have to worry about it. When they get home, they've eaten. All you gotta do is make sure their homework is done, and then get them on to the next day of school. Okay, so I'm about to show y'all a cheat code. This rice is flavorful. It's delicious. You want to taste it. Make sure it's got enough soy sauce. Make sure it's got enough ginger or whatever it is, the flavor it is that you're looking for. Okay? That's what that looks like. Look. Okay? Now is where I'm going to add my eggs and my chicken. Before I do that, I'm going to cover this up and I'm going to throw it in the oven for about 15 minutes. It's going to steam all the way through. If it's a little extra liquid from the soy sauce, it's going to cook out and it's going to give your rice a nice peel-off, fluffy flavor. So let's go ahead. Cover that up. And we're going to cook our eggs in here. And then we're going to get another saute pan. And we're going to cook our chicken. Okay, so I'm going to show you how to do this an easy way without putting too much struggle on yourself. Okay, so key to our chicken here at Phenomenal Food. It's my proprietary brine. But you can buy on my website, www.phenomenalfood.chefholly.com. So you can saute this, or you just got too much to do. You need to get done what you need to get done. You can chop it up. Okay? These are skinless, boneless thighs. By all means, use breast if breast is what you want to use. And just chop your chicken up. You can also cook your chicken whole, in the whole skinless pieces. And then chop it up after, which some people find easier. It's completely up to you what you want to do. Right now, I'm just doing it this way. Then what you're gonna do is, once you put it back in the pan, you'll put some oil in there, and you're gonna add some Asian flavors. You don't need any soy salt because this chicken is already got salt in it from the brine that I use on it, so you don't need any soy. But add those Asian flavors. Add, if you want some sriracha, some sriracha. Add ginger. I'm gonna add ginger to mine. So put your ginger in there and so on. Saute it, I'll throw it in the oven. It is completely up to you. Do whatever makes your life more easier. The thing about it, skinless, boneless thighs, the price has gone up on those considerably. They used to be a lot less, or not as cheap anymore. But for this meal, because you just need a little bit in your rice, you don't need a lot. Maybe 3-4 pounds, not even that much, 2 pounds or whatever, so that everybody gets a little piece of chicken, because what's going to fill them up is the rice and the vegetables in the rice. Now, I didn't put a lot of vegetables in my rice, but by all means, frozen peas and carrots are still not too expensive. Just put as much as you want. Throw some broccoli in there. If you got some broccoli that's about to go bad and you want to get rid of it, throw it in there. You know what I mean? And then you can also saute your chicken and then put your chicken in the oven and finish it out that way. It's completely up to you. This is a dish that's gonna save you a lot of money and feed your kids, and they're gonna be really happy with it. Even when it comes to like seasoning in the rice, if you don't want to put a lot of soy sauce, don't put a lot. If you don't want to put a lot of seasoning salt, don't put a lot of seasoning salt. All that stuff is completely up to you, but make sure you taste it as you go. Remember my cheat method. That rice is not going to be fully all the way hot all the way through. It's going to be like a little warm. You know what I mean? Throw it in the oven. Once you get everything mixed, let the oven do the work for you. Easy peasy, lemon squeezy. Okay? Then your family is going to eat off of this for 1 day, 2 days, and then you're gonna get some shrimp one day, saute some shrimp, add it to the leftover rice, make it again. Now they have shrimp fried rice. They'll probably be tired of rice after 1 week, and then I'll give you another dish next week to cook for your family, okay? And like I said, add a salad to it, use a little ginger soy dressing. Okay, so I have all my chicken here. I'm gonna put a little bit of oil just for the stir frying or the baking, whichever you want to do. Like I said, the chicken is already seasoned, so you don't need to do anything else. I'm just adding just a little bit of ginger. You can add a little bit of Chinese 5-spice powder or Asian 5-spice powder, whatever Asian flavors you want in there. And I don't need any salt because my chicken already has everything else. I'm going to just mix this in. Mix that in. That's it. Throw it on the oven, throw it on the stove, throw it in the oven, do whatever you want to do. And then that's how we're going to do that. the oven do some of the work for us. Now we have a beautiful fried rice. Kind of cheated doing it in the oven a little bit, but it's a nice, it has nice dried out, but not, you know, dry rice, you know. And that's how that looks. It's flavorful. All the soy sauce and all the seasonings and all that have gone in there. Delicious. Now, I'm gonna take some of these scrambled eggs. Take some of this chicken gold here. I'm just gonna chop it up and fold it in. You don't need a lot of eggs. You don't have to put eggs in at all. I just like it, so I put it in mine. I have my chicken finishing up, cooking, and we're just gonna mix all this in. And we'll add the chicken. Done. Dinner. Okay, so here's our chicken. We finished it in the oven. Say hi to the people.
Oh, hello. I come down to fix me a plate today, y'all.
Exactly. We'll talk to the people.
Oh, yeah.
This one. I'll put the chicken in. And mix that little bit in. Now this is a one-pot meal that your family can eat off for a few days for under $25 a day. Just put the rest of the chunks of chicken right on top.